any given Sunday.
That's money on the track, yeah.
I can touch down in your end zone. I can bring a Super Bowl chip home. Woo. My team better be yours. Woo. My team better than yours. So
Welcome to Sunday OJ. You know, I got a little energy because Weezy wanted that energy. He over there blushing in the corner because he in love. You know what I'm saying? Newly found marriage over there. Shout out to Scream. Eating Chinese food. Yo, that was mad. Yeah, we're not gonna say that word. But
You
yo,
when the
shout out
bird
to
called
money.
it sus? Wait a minute, let's talk about that. Whoa. The bird called it sus?
No, I thought you did something else. I thought you did like a karate sound.
Why would I come in here trying to be chop suey because I'm eating Chinese food? That is so fucked up.
Racist.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that word because you know Weezy get hyped.
So
off
what's
that
this? What's this? Season what? It's episode 2.
Season 3,
what?
episode 2, man.
Shout out to Madden for giving us the half off OG and get it because he quit the league, y'all. He's a quitter.
Why? Ooh.
Yeah,
Why you
shout out
gotta
to
come in with the
us.
spice, bro? I ain't got no spicy food, and you talking spicy.
Oh, you know why I don't like that? Because you're going to have that whole chat jumping talking about I'm a quitter. But,
He be in there 2 minutes early. He was like, oh, he talking shit. Yeah, shout out to
nah,
the
but listen.
off, man.
Hold up, time out. I didn't quit. I took a leave of absence.
Mm-hmm.
I took a leave of absence. You know when you go on your job and you take the FMLA, that's what I took.
Yeah.
Yo, Madden, I need my 50% off, though. I've been rocking with y'all for a little minute, so I need my 50% off, Madden.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, so for
Oh,
those of y'all
I
who
was
don't
gonna
know, Madden has been sending out emails to everybody saying people who play franchise get 50% off Madden 24. That's why I asked in the chat, do I only owe Omega $35 now? Because he won the copy of Madden from me from the team reveal show. So
that bet still count, even though it rebooted.
yeah, no, I'm a man of my word. And you know what I'm saying? $70 is he won fair and square. I just wonder, is it 35 because he might get half off. No, there was no bet. He just I think it was trivia or like a randomizer. Somebody won a free Madden copy on me. So that I just don't know.
I forgot.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's 35 now because Madden's half off for all of us if your emails are correct.
Yeah, now I'm upset because you know I'm the disc games. I'm the only nigga that's keeping GameStop alive. Now I gotta get the shit on Madden with the non-disc version.
He keeping GameStop alive. He did that. He did as began his little punk ass $5 trading his game in.
I'd be mad as hell.
Telling you, man, disc is just not our way to go, man. It's we live in a world where the internet is king. Like what?
Nah, I'm old school though. Like I didn't buy the big Xbox Pulse because it's no homo. It was too much. It was too expensive. I'm poor. I'm broke.
Bro, like,
so I had to
know
get the
how,
little white one.
Bro, when it comes to GameStop, I'm like stuck in the past, like how old people still got flip phones. What I mean by that is, I'm a GameStop OG when y'all remember when Call of Duty and 2K came out, they had the midnight releases. They pass back little pizza boxes. And I used to do that as a little kid, like not a little kid, but when I was in high school and middle school, my mom or my dad or my uncle or my cousin would go out to GameStop midnight, and they would pass back a pizza box to give away soda. This is when GameStop. This is before the internet was kind of buzzing. When GameStop was that shit. And I don't know what happened.
Fire, though. I mean, basically what happened. Basically, technology happened, bro. You know, some people can't live without technology. You know, that's kind of the world we live in now. That's really
VA was passing out pizza boxes, man. They was giving out shit.
So
it was just
down
a bunch of fights on that line.
So I went to the one in Southern Shopping Center, bro. We used to have pizza, Pepsi. I remember one time, I think it was Injustice. The first one came out. Yeah, they had like a little tournament. The winner had got a free copy of the game, and they gave them a refund. It's a fighting game. Injustice is like a version of the comics for like Superman and them, where Superman's evil, Batman's trying to stop him, all that. Really good fighting game if you get to play it. Injustice 2, I think it's still free.
It's like that game for Switch, like Smash Bros or something like that.
Basically, yeah. It's the people who make Mortal Kombat made that game. So listen, it's Mortal Kombat with DC characters.
I'm gonna tell you how crazy this was. This how you know this one life. We was living life great. This is before COVID, so this is how you know that this life was wild.
BC.
We was so nasty and raw. We didn't even have no GameStop. Listen, GameStop didn't give out paper plates or nothing. You just pass a pizza box to the next person behind you. Like it was no plates. You eat that shit.
That's real facts. That is real facts.
Damn. That's a good ass community, man.
If you do that now, you getting your ass whooped. I'm saying nobody's doing that now, but this is back then. You had a pizza box that passed the next person behind you, get one slice, bro. That life was different. Like we was really
Yeah.
outside. Like
Man,
shit.
in New
Now,
York, you can't do shit like that. Man, somebody would have took the whole pizza box for real.
bro, why we all? How you gonna take it if we all in one line, bro? Like we all in one. We would have been if
Cause
we all in
that
one line.
yo, listen, yo, Weezy, GameStop in the hood, you can't do that. Somebody gonna try to Debo. This is my pizza box. He didn't even buy it. You know, yo, you
Bro,
know,
we had to
motherfuckers
get,
be wildin'.
hey, bro, this is Call of Duty. This when Gears of War was the shit. I don't know if Gears of War still good. Is Gears of War still elite?
Yeah, Gears 5 still gets playtime, and then Gears 6 should be coming out later this year. But I mean, who knows, man?
This when Madden was good. These are the good. I'm talking about these are the good times when Madden was midnight release, and it was elite times. Like you got the disc, and you was excited, and all the good stuff. Now we get the game, we be like, damn, is it even gonna work?
You know what Madden went wrong when they started trying to do all this extra shit, man, all this dev shit. Like before, I remember Weezy saying this because before you could really just load up and play and actually have game and not have to do extra stuff to be nice. Now, man, you gotta do a bunch of extra bullshit. And I understand because franchise is cool that way, where you have to dev up your players and stuff. But goddamn, it used to be more fun just to load up, play, get some stats, and go.
Hey, listen, still to this day, 2023, January, whatever day this is, I still like Madden without the X Factors and superstars. I played try hard. I played try hard the other day. Listen, he was down 10, right? He trying to come back under 1 minute left. He got the donut hot sign on Mike Evans. So all he doing for the last drive, I'm not exaggerating. They even put it in general chat so people can see. All he did the last drive, I know somebody gonna say stop it. I'm gonna give you an example. Was streaking up the field with Mike Evans, holding what button? OG was he holding the whole time?
Why?
Holding Y and catching it the whole time. Like my person was not on X Factor. He was not on hot sign. Mike Evans was. He caught the shit. Only reason why I caught an interception in the end zone because this time I knew he was gonna throw it to him again for the 5th time in a row. So I caught a user over there, and I happened to get a sack with Brady. So once you get a sack, the ball come real short, and I caught an interception. And I ran it back like 105 yards. But the whole time he was just holding wide to Mike Evans. It was Mike Evans on.
I like how you segued that in there.
What?
That you ran 105 yards for a touchdown. That was cool.
Look, it was Mike Evans on Jay Alexander. He was just, bro, the motherfucker was jumping so high. It was like, bro, this game is bad. He was jumping like he had some shit on his, like that shit was corny, bro. And he just hold wide. Like this how the game is, like just hold wide, bro. X Factor, who gonna stop it?
I'll say this though, Screen could probably like give me the facts on. He's the knowledge man. Before Madden's, like maybe I want to say when we started playing Scream, like 2016, right? 2015.
Yeah.
So those Maddens, I think the threshold meant something. Like if somebody was faster than the cornerback, you could actually outrun them.
Yeah, the funniest thing
actually
when he's actually running away from dudes. Yeah, I mean the setting is in the game still, and here we are talking about Madden. Hey guys, if you're in any given Sunday and you think the speed threshold should be lowered or made faster, rule suggestions exist. But no, yeah. But I mean, it just depends because for me, for example, right. With the Bills, and I lost one AFC North game to Slot. Really good game, great offense by him. No shade, no nothing. Then yesterday I played El Mel with the Steelers, and that game stressed me out. El Mel can pass his ass off. I'm talking about he's pressing with bad corners on every player I have. It didn't matter if it was Diami Brown, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, like you name it, and it happened. I think it was Gabe who caught like a deep ball like early in the game, and then Diami Brown caught like a over the shoulder touchdown, like 2 touchdowns over the shoulder on him because he was pressing. And Diami Brown, I think 91 speed. I think the corner was 90, but it looked like Diami just smoked him because of the press, and he just ran right by him. So sometimes it does work, but other times, like when you backed off and the corner can turn their hips fast enough, kind of like real life. So it's somewhat realistic when it's on sim because if they stay with you step for step and turn their hips properly, usually a good corner like a Jair Alexander would do that, which is dope. But then when you have like the bums doing it, everybody get mad. Like, bro, this man's a 75 overall. How he do that? You know what I mean? So
we need to go back to the last Madden when the Rams was good. That was the last bad Madden.
Oh, here you go. Shut up.
With Todd Gurley.
Oh, let me finish. The reason I'm saying that because that's when the players actually was fast. Like now, you have fast players getting caught by slow players because our threshold isn't right. Like
Yeah,
when I
it's a threshold thing, and then that stupid pursuit is a good stat for running, like in the run game, like block shedding, but in the entire midst of the game, it's not smart because 99 pursuit chasing me down when I'm down the field about to score a touchdown. Come on, bro. Like I'm faster than you. Why does 99 pursuit matter? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just like you said. The more they do, the more they fuck up the game. They turn into the Call of Duty. Remember when Call of Duty started that jumping shit? It was like hell no. I stopped playing Call of Duty for a couple of
Now
years.
that was the Halo. It
They
turned to
started jumping.
Halo.
Oh yeah, when they started jumping, I stopped playing Call of Duty. I don't know, Keith, what Call of Duty was that? When they started jumping real bad, the first year.
The
Remember?
first well, okay, so
Started
the
jumping,
first
not
time
the
it ever
bullshit,
started
the real
happening, like the regular jumping stuff happened in the original Modern Warfare back in 07 because of Halo. Halo jumping was a cool thing to do in competitive, and people took it and put it right there in Call of Duty. But I think the first Call of Duty to have the actual booster packs like you're talking about, Advanced Warfare in 2010, I
Advanced
think.
Warfare,
That shit was
Yeah, and
fucking
that was the one where a lot of people left Call of Duty.
Yeah.
As the game went on, I didn't like it at first, but as the year went on and the updates came and the gunplay got better, I kind of got used to it and I started liking it. That was one of the better Call of Duties. Looking back,
You know
at
what's
it.
wrong though with Madden? They don't have no competition, so they can put out whatever game they want, and us as consumers, we have to buy it because there's nothing really else to buy. There's no other Madden. I mean, no other football game to purchase or nothing like that. So it's like kind of
That's
difficult.
true. Like the only person that GTA ever had competition with was Saints Row for a little bit, and that fell off.
You want to know what's
Who?
funny though? When you talk about the competition aspect, we always look at EA first, and then we look elsewhere, right? And the reason we do that is why? Because of Madden, and then even 2K and NBA Live. So the bigger issue at hand, like he just said, a great example of GTA versus Saints Row. Saints Row was made by THQ, who used to make the WWE games a long time ago. And that style of WWE
Those are
game,
good games.
great games. THQ makes great games. They put the right people in the right place.
N64. We used to break night on them. NWO,
Yeah.
NWO versus WCW, some shit like that.
THQ really, really, really was good with that kind of model in the game and how their characters are modeled, which is why Saints Row looks like that and plays like that, because if you played those old wrestling games, SmackDown versus Raw, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain, all of that. But then you have EA, who monopolized most of the sports, like soccer. Like soccer, FIFA has been with EA for forever. And then I think PES didn't come out to like 2004 or something like that, where people weren't buying it like they were FIFA.
What the fuck is PES?
Pro Evolution Soccer. So you just mentioned like competition, right? So EA monopolized the sports market. They took away football from 2K, which they had to make all pro football 2K.
How did they do that? How did they take away?
So
from 2K, though?
licensing, right? So basically,
Okay.
all right, so let's look at the NFL as it is, right? Let's not even talk about Madden. Let's just talk about football itself. Do you know who the pizza sponsor is now for the NFL?
It's not
I do.
Papa John's, right?
I do. It's Pizza
Who?
Hut.
But it used to be who?
Papa John's.
So there are contracts and licensing where you can sell a certain specific license to another company.
Time out. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. But the way he said, I know, fat ass. But go ahead, my bad. That was some fat shit. But go ahead, my bad.
Nah.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine, but that's the point, right? So Papa John's was owning it, and then the whole thing happened where the owners like are racist. People will stop buying his pizza, so that license eventually runs out, or the contract rather. That licensing contract runs out, and another company can jump in and take the contract. That's pretty much what EA did in the gaming world when it came to the sports monopoly. They had competition. They ran NBA Live. NBA Live was one of the dopest NBA games out there every single year. Like one of my first games. Hold on.
That's a stretch.
To 08. When NBA Live 08 came out, that was like the last great one, and then it just fell off because 2K became so much better.
Give it a ring.
Yeah,
There
that was
some
one with
shit-
Give It a
what was the
Rings,
shit
yes.
with the stupid ass badges when it light up? Like that
The
one was
grand badges
horrible.
and stuff. That was 2K15, I think, when they first
Not
came up
2K.
with the
I'm
badge
talking about
system.
live. I'm talking about live. I'm talking
Oh,
about live.
live? I don't even know. I
When
couldn't
they
tell
had
you.
live had some shit where some shit just you put it on the side. It was some shit there.
It might have.
Maybe
It
that
might
was
have
the
been.
That live was hard. That was
It
live.
might. It
Nah,
might have been like
yo.
16, 17. It might be. It might be like
And
the
you know
end of
what's
the
crazy
lives
with live?
lifestyle.
Everybody looked the same height. Like yeah, I was like 7'11", but everybody looked the same height. That shit was
Yo, this
crazy.
man says 7-Eleven. I'm crying.
That live was legit because that was a live when before you load up, you can ball with any player you want in the practice arena, right? Like you load
Yeah.
up with the Lakers, you could pick Kobe, Lamar Odom. Oh, that live was legit. That was the best
Yeah,
live.
and while we speaking on it, I wasn't a big fan of 2K game though. It was too arcadey for me. It felt like Blitz.
When 2K
And,
came
see,
out,
and that's what I was gonna get to, right? So basically, 2K style of football was arcadey. Like NFL 2K was an arcade kind of game, but people, when it got to NFL 2K5, they swear it became like the best simulation football game of its time. And it did have competition with Madden. I think Madden 05 was one of the worst Maddens to me. Like, I played that Madden for 3 months and then gave back to
Who was
GameStop.
the cover?
Ray Lewis.
Who was the cover?
That was
Yeah,
that
that was-
one. That was the first year the hit stick came out. But it just
And then
like
after that,
defense felt
yeah.
great, but offense felt horrible. It was one of those years where like I don't care to play Madden, and I was what 12, so like I didn't care. I went and got NFL 2K5. I played that more. It didn't come out the next year, so I went back to Madden and been back since 06 really. But
The last 2K was with Terrell Owens on the Eagles on the cover stretching out, right?
yes, sir, exactly. That's my point. So that was the last year that it was able to be licensed to multiple companies. And then EA said, well, here's our contract. We want to do this exclusively. We want to exclusively make your football game, nobody else. So when All Pro 2K8 came out with John Elway on the cover and other legends, they had to use people that were not in the Madden game. They had to license people like one-on-one to make a football game that felt somewhat realistic for people. And people still to this day will say like they'll go play it on PC or whatever they do and probably still play 2K5. I'm not one of those people, but
That's
Yeah.
that's whack. Cause I thought competition helps your money in a sense. Like if
it's supposed to.
me and you, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like so for you to for EA to do that is kind of corny. And then but I get what they're doing because they can put out a shit product and we still kind of got to buy it because that's the only thing out. So if there was 2K, they put out a shit product, we can go to 2K. They're like the fucking the Apple phone. They put out the same shit every year, just a little new features, the same fucking game. And it's sad because these are new systems that's supposed to be next generation, but these games are horrible. Like you giving out 50% off Madden, that's not enough. Make the game better.
I mean, the
Then
craziest
who's to say
thing,
that next year is not gonna be good?
the craziest thing ever about it all too is the fact that everybody who's a franchise player speaks so highly of franchise and the potential that it has. Like, bruh, speaking of the old Madden, is like just Madden 06 and 07 when Superstar mode came out and you could upgrade from that little ass apartment to like a loft and then the mansion. Like that was dope because it basically showed like as you progressed and got better as a player and earned better contracts or better like incentives, you moved up in life. And people may not have paid attention to that. I was one of those people that did, but that was dope to me. That's different as you're playing a character in a game in a superstar type mode, and you get to change houses based on how good you do or the contracts you earn, but that's fire. And that's
Can I
not
ask you a
here
question?
in Face of the Franchise. That element is completely not in the game. So it's just
I
wild,
want to
man.
ask you a question. Do you want Madden to implement like how 2K has that whole storyline of that?
No, fuck that. It need to be like real
No, I'm
life.
asking- no, I'm-
Wow,
no,
fuck
no,
that.
No, I
you know what
respect
I'm
his
saying?
answer too, though. I do. I think they tried that with the Face of the Franchise, but then Face of the Franchise doesn't work every year, and it's basically just a
Mhm.
single player locked CFM. That's all Face of the Franchise is. It's a player locked
No,
CFM.
So imagine if you could open the field. Imagine you could go on a dirt court, right? I'm just saying an example.
Yeah,
like,
imagine
like
if you
play
could
like
walk
flag
around
football or some
and
shit like
and
that.
that was
and
what
play-
the yard was supposed to be. Like the yard was supposed to be that kind of hub where you make a player, you play strictly with that player. And Face of the Franchise, that player I think is the same all around. I may be wrong. Forgive me if I am, because I haven't had too much time with the mode. I don't care for it.
But that's trash. I'm saying like, what if you could get a mode like 2K? Like, I think that if we could get a mode like 2K, I think everybody, I'm talking about the consumers, would be involved in that instead of like franchises and MUT. Fuck MUT. But if they had I'm emphasize fuck mud again. I hate that mode. But if they had something like the 2K where you could walk around, get on a little circle and play 9 on 9 with your character that you built, that shit would be so dope. Like
And that's the
I
thing.
would be on that all
That's why I'm
day.
saying the yard is supposed to be that, but unfortunately,
But that's what that's what regular players though, isn't it? It's not with like
no,
it's
that's
not with
no, no.
a
That's what
custom.
that's what your created player. You can create. You have a
Oh
created
yeah,
player. You can attach like badges and stuff to. Yeah, that's what the yard is. It's just it's
they
three.
still got that.
I think it's 3-on-3 though is the problem. So it's not.
Nah, it needs to be open world or something.
Yeah,
Like 2K.
I think the biggest problem because of the era that we come from, bro. We come from that NFL street era. So we think immediately to NFL street with what you're saying, right? Imagine if you had a career mode that was just in the streets, or like even if you played in the NFL but on an off day, you link up with some homies in the yard.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You want it to be
exactly.
7-on-7. You don't want it to be 3-on-3. You want 7-on-7 action. You want like passing league, which would be fire because
Yeah,
you
he
got a
needs to put my
quarterback.
man Scream on the team.
I see.
I
Here we
last
go.
Scream. He needs to be on the development team. He'll do better than that punk ass
If I-
motherfucker that I got now.
Yeah, Jesus, look, I don't got no disrespect for none of the devs. I love the devs.
Hey,
Hopefully
Fuck the
they,
devs.
hopefully they understand and see that a lot of people in the community have great ideas, and
They don't
just
listen
listen.
to nobody.
That's where I'm at.
Let's go, let's
Just take a chance and listen. Like,
I had to guess.
We need yo Weezy. I need you to tweet him after this. Tell him fuck him.
Introducing our special guest, our first one of 2023. I call him Young Virgin, Portland Storm.
Yo, what's good? I'm the Saints user in the AGS reboot. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Your
Oh.
voice is wild deep. It sound like you're a football jock.
Bro, he trying to use a deep voice, bro. Motherfucker's 12.
Yeah, facts, facts.
You sound like Trey, Rob, and Trent mixed together. But,
On the white
it's
I guess that's why they call them TikTok. See, that's that stuff, man.
like- they call him TikTok because he cheesy. I heard, but hey,
Hey, bro, what's good? Welcome to AGS podcast, man. Happy to have you up here.
hey. First of all, I want to ask you a question because I was watching this before you took over. I heard you was talking crazy about my situation before you took him over.
Yeah, man. I just didn't agree with a couple trades, man. I mean, you traded for Derrick Henry. I believe you traded Terry McLaurin, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
And I just don't run the ball like that, and I don't think a lot of guys do. So I think it wasn't the best trade for me, and then we ended up with Darren Waller, so that was all right. But nonetheless, ended up in a decent situation in Washington. Had some good rookies to work with. So props to you for that, I guess.
oh, appreciate that. I heard you was smacking Slap around like he was your child too. While I was gone.
I mean, I listened to the podcast going into the season, and I think every single dude on there said it's Slop's division to lose. So that was a guy I was definitely targeting going into it, thinking that he was my biggest comp. And then, I mean, the first game went by, and it was pretty easy picking. So
I like
Was
this
it
guy.
easy?
I
Time
like
out,
this
time
guy.
out, time out. Wait.
I like
Can we,
it. I like
can we clarify that right quick? Was it easy?
Was
Oh
it
my God.
easy?
bro, dude was crying on the mic, bro. We need to move on. It was
easy?
bad. It was bad. I mean, nothing but respect for him, but that shit was a blowout. That shit was a blowout for sure. I don't know if he wasn't on his game or what, but yeah, I know he's balling with the Ravens now, so I got to watch out.
I like this guy. I like this guy. So how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, yeah. Your nuts
Madden
just dropped like a
prodigy.
step.
Yeah, man.
So how long you been playing Madden for?
Actually, not that long. I think I picked it up. I think 4 years ago, 4 or
So,
3.
Oh,
you saying it's actually proving people how they send you TikTok and you YouTube? Because you been playing 4 years ago, you already beating some good players we got in here. They send you TikTok. Let's speak on that.
I've never played Mutt in my life, and I also don't even have TikTok because I went on it a couple times, and I mean, you'd be scrolling that for hours, so I actually deleted it, and I've never played Mutt. So I've only played franchise. When I first started playing Madden, I did offline franchises with my favorite team, and that was about it. And then I joined one of my friends' leagues, and that was kind of the turn when I started getting addicted to Madden leagues and shit. So that's where I'm at now.
so if you had any advice, because you know you've been playing for I've been playing for longer than you, and I from what I hear, I'm not as good as you. But what kind of advice would you give people to get better that want to get better? Because we got people like SJM, Money, my caddies, Jays, like they're on the bottom of the league. If you could
Why
give
you
them
just do
any
Jay like that?
advice,
Time out. Why
Damn,
did you just do
damn,
Jay like that? He just
because
damn.
beat
Jay
Jay,
stink.
but he just beat Jay. That's why I said that.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah,
Yeah,
Jay
he
stink.
literally.
But
I don't know if he smoked him, but he just beat Jay literally.
if you could give any advice to those people on how to get better without using YouTube, TikTok, and all the extra things to get cheesy, what would you give them? What kind of advice would you give them?
Right, man. That's a good question. For me, I think my biggest asset is actually playing football. So my thing is, I know, or at least can apply, real life to the game. So what I do is all my pre-snap and all my coverage recognitions are big time for me. So every time before I snap the ball, I pretty much have a primary read and a secondary read based off the coverage I see in pre-snap, and then if I have a read defender. So if the read defender does this, then I know what coverage it is. So then I know which receiver will be open. Pretty much tap the button without even looking. So that's big for me on offense, and then on defense, I've never been the best, to be honest. So my user keeps improving, and that's about it. So
I like the insight you provided because definitely as like a former football player and a former coach, uh, we always do pre-snap stuff first. And I'll be the first to
right,
tell you, like, what the worst part about not necessarily being a football player, but just a sports person in general. And this
right,
happens in Madden. People don't talk about it. Like your emotions get the best of you sometimes. So when you don't do those pre-snap coverages, when you don't do those pre-snap reads, it really sets yourself up. And you mentioned earlier, running the ball this year has really been horrible. I think the last patch has made running just a little bit better because I wasn't able to run the ball before this last patch. I got 200-yard games. That never. OG gonna say I can run the ball. I don't believe him. Don't believe him. Whatever he says, he's a liar. I suck at running the ball. But I think the patch fixed something. I don't know what. I'm happy about it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Hopefully they don't do any more patches to, mess the game up, which leads to my question. When the whole disruptive patch situation happened in December and you lost that Washington team, kind of talk us through how you felt and kind of what went through your mind about whether we would reboot or not.
I mean, first of all, I want to touch on what you just said. I think it's a huge point that you mentioned. The emotions. I think a lot of guys that are struggling in the league can actually go back to their emotions in the game. I was talking about the pre-snap and everything. Like I got a I call it a pre-flight checklist, and that's pretty much what I do before every snap. I think some guys, when they get down or when they're struggling in a game, they just going quick. They just going quick and trying to get the ball out, whatever, and they're not really focusing on every play. So I think that's a big aspect of it. And then the run game, like you said, I think it's all just mixing up your play calling. I think that's the biggest part of the run game. People that are struggling, then you're probably predictable with your run game. So try to run on, unpredictable downs. I run on third down and eights a ton and get first down. So that's pretty big for me. And then speaking on the reboot, I think at first I thought we weren't even going to reboot. I think a lot of guys were, I don't know, demoralized. And I mean, a lot of people were pissed off at Madden. And obviously I was still super excited about the league and really wanted to jump back into it. Obviously I love the Washington team. I was going to miss those guys, but I think it was fun to get a new team, get a fresh start. And I'm just glad we're still playing. So
Nice. I got a two-part question for you right now. One, the first question is about franchise mode and how how important do you think it is for the community for franchise to be like working and well played? And two, my question is, um, damn, I had it and I lost it. Woo. My girl came in with a towel, so I got distracted. But you
This
answer
nigga,
the first
man.
part
See,
question. Nah, I got
this is
distracted.
what
Kid.
happened. Yeah, no, you ain't get distracted. You was thinking about that damn blue toy Weezy be talking about. But go ahead.
Oh man, but the first part, how important do you think franchise is to keep kicking for you? Because you said you're 18 and I guess you just starting to get your feet wet in life. I can say because I don't know your life outside of this, but what does the franchise mode do for you
I
in the
mean, it does a
community?
lot for me, to be honest. I think it. I mean, it's the only real game I'm playing right now. So I think it's for for at least for me, it's very important to get it back up and running, make sure everybody's having a good time, make sure all the energy's still up in the mode. Obviously, people are losing hope in it, which I am too. But at the same time, as long as they keep, feeding me the Madden games, I'll keep eating them up. I really will. It's the only mode I play, so this is why I like Madden. I like the building, the team aspect. I like the realism, the semi-realism that's involved in Madden. So yeah, it's really important to me, and I think it's important to a lot of these to our league users. I think this is their main mode they play. So I think it's a huge population of the Madden community. And as long as they keep it up, I know it's not the best, but they just got to keep showing improvement, I guess, and then they'll keep us on the chain.
That's a really good answer. And I think you make a great point because when you look at the community of people, not even just in any given Sunday, but like other leagues, Leather Helmets, shout out to my guys at Madden Extreme too, B Rob and Toxic Shadow, my guys, Jack Boys. There are various Madden leagues out there, various communities that go on Twitter, especially like, Soden Bowl and Apex with our guy Alpha Hill. A lot of these people have a great voice. A lot of these people say the same things you're saying and that we always say. And I was one of those people, like you just said, very invested user, run my own league, ran the developmental league for any given Sunday. And Madden just took such a bad turn for me. I think it was Madden 20, maybe like February, March, or April. Like that was when I put the sticks down, and I've been gone since. This is my first Madden actually purchasing the game and being as invested since August. So hopefully CFM continues to take that turn, and hopefully CFM finds like a dedicated team at EA. And the only reason I say dedicated, like one of my other favorite games, you said this is like the only game you play. For me, is Destiny 2. And Bungie just got bought out by PlayStation, and PlayStation is kind of helping them advance their mechanics on a new IP they're about to come out with, and with Destiny, and a lot of the changes that we're seeing before this next big DLC update. Do you think EA would succeed in seeing Madden become a DLC based game where features just come out year to year and people just buy like a 1-year pass? Or do you think creating different games for different mechanics and different features on a year to year basis is a better idea for them? The current model, basically.
So pretty much, I think the entire community as a whole would accept the DLC, but I think it's unrealistic to have one game that keeps going on and they keep updating it. It would be the best. I think it would be the most efficient, and that's why people are saying they should do it. But it's unrealistic, man. And in an age where they have to make money, they have to do all that. I don't think they'd get enough users to keep buying into the game. It's a smart business decision for them to keep feeding out pretty much the same game every year. They add some sprinkles on top pretty much, and they get the same community back pretty much every year. They lose a couple here, they add a couple here. So yeah, I think the DLC would be a great idea, and obviously it would be the most favorable for us, not spending money on it every year. I just don't think for them as a business, I think it would not be a smart decision at all. So
God damn, you one insightful motherfucker. Nah, but you're very smart. I see commission your future. I see you running the league, but my question is my second part question before I got distracted by my
Yeah,
lead and
bitch, because he
towel.
taking your spot, motherfucker.
I mean, he can because I stepped down, but he took my team already. Shit, he could take my place in commission. He's well spoken. But content. I know you came in and you was very active and you threw out some content. I heard because I stepped away from the chat for a while, and I heard you was doing really good with content. How important do you feel that content in the league is for just for exposure or just getting the league riled up and moving forward?
I mean, I think it's huge for the league in general. I think it's amazing. I've always been a guy that's super in favor of making content, and I think it should be. I mean, in a couple other leagues I'm in, is mandatory. I think that's a great system, but I love the content, and not only for the league and the activity, but it actually increases your want to play the game, in my opinion. I think staying involved with your own team, making graphics, even writing stories about your team actually makes you more excited to play and to be involved with your team and to make good moves. And I know I'd be making trades and then I make a graphic for it. And I think that's cool. Like stuff like that. and then having a good quarterback, you could post his stats afterwards. It's stuff like that. It could actually increase your will to want to play and want to do good throughout the season. So I kind of use it as that. I like to keep it realistic, and I have Twitter accounts for a couple of my teams, so stuff like that. It's just fun for me. I enjoy that. I know it's not for everybody, but nonetheless, if it's not for you, I think it helps everyone else out. So I think content's a huge part of any league you're a part of.
I'm actually happy you brought that up because how you said how it's for you, it's not for everybody. I seen multiple users, like multiple different users. So I'm not just talking about one person. They said they have nothing to talk about if they losing. So
Right.
why they gonna make content if they always losing? So
But you
I
got to
see both sides.
you got to find the light in losing though. You can't.
I don't know.
I
You gotta
mean,
ask.
you got to find the light into losing because you can't just uh lose and lose will, and that's what kills a league, and which is why me as a commish, I always was fighting for the losers, and I don't want to say it like that, the lesser users, because um the more rules you add to benefit the good users, the more we'll have the bad users, and the more the bad users will get tired and leave. That was just my whole thought process always as a commission. I'm a fan of the losers and trying to help them at least become. I mean, because it's never possible to get equal with a beast who knows what he's doing and who can read football, who plays football, and who sweats football. But yeah. So I was always part of that crowd, and that's like how Weezy said, the losers lose interest fast. So, but I'm a big fan of content, and I appreciate when I was gone, all the work that you've done, that I heard that you've done, because that's what I always wanted out of a user. Like, I don't know if you heard our last episode, and I was asking um if people consider this a hobby or a business. And I don't know how you view your leagues as a hobby or business, but if you do view it as a business, how is it how can I question this? How can you monetize, right, off a league and still make it fun without the pride or pressure of losing money and stuff like that? Do you have an answer to that?
That's a tough question. Can you kind of go into depth on it a little bit? Like,
Well,
explain it.
because I've always had this idea of I'm just always trying to figure a way how to make money, and not even the greedy, selfish way, but it's for everybody. So I always felt it's like AGS, for example, has been running for about what 5 years, and I've been running with Scream here leagues. We had DJL back in the past, so I've been running leagues for about 7 8 years. And the more you get in tune with it, I'm thinking like, okay, you start watching these people doing streaming, doing YouTubes, getting viral, whatever, and they start monetizing off their product. And I view AGS as a business because I put my heart, soul, time into this. It's basically like a job. When you're
Uh-huh.
commissioned, it's a job fully. So I've been thinking of just the ways of much how to monetize for everybody. We tried doing the merch thing, but just people in general, if they're involved, they won't purchase. Like they won't purchase inside, but if the outside world would, is weird. But anyway, I was just trying to think of plans of how to monetize things to help out to make the league better. Because when you monetize, you can get websites, you could push out your league further. You could get better podcasts, we could get better equipment, or we could get better guests, et cetera, et cetera. Put people in places where it just get bigger. For example, Scream should know, or Weezy should know. Snipes and what's his podcast called, or his league? Might know.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but yeah, I forget.
Well, yeah. My apologies for not knowing the name because they're so good. Um, they're in tune with Madden development. Like they know people inside that field, and I feel like AGS can be bigger than what it is, and way bigger than what it is. But I just went off. I just went way left. But my question to you is just how do you think is a sufficient way to monetize a league and
I mean, you
without.
pretty much hit all the main points. I mean, you obviously want to make a league bigger and as big as possible and better. And I mean, you talked about knowing Madden developers. Like that's like the top of the top, right? Like that's the best you could do if you're in tune with Madden as a game and you're running a league. Like that's pretty much where it's at. So I'm all for anything that's trying to make it bigger. I mean, monetizing. It's a tough thing to approach, especially with leagues like AGS and like other leagues, because you got some guys that are willing to devote countless hours and all this, and like you have this mindset to make AGS way bigger than it is right now. But some guys are just, getting back from work and just want to, load up and play some Madden and control a team. So it's hard to find that balance and hard to get everybody really bought into it. But I mean, that's really what it's all about, is getting a core group of people that want to make the league better. And I think we do. We just got to get everyone on the same page.
Yeah, I agree. Um, that was great because I agree. Like I'm all about just making everything bigger. Pause. That sounds crazy, but
Hey
um,
yo,
I got another question. I mean I'm riled up with questions because we haven't recorded in such a long time. So I apologize to my co-stars Weezy and Stream.
yo.
But
Stop that apologizing shit, bro. There's nothing
but
wrong with
okay.
being an inquisitive mind. You are an inquiring mind. We have a guest. What are
And
you
he's
apologizing
very
for?
smart. Okay, my bad. So how do
Stop
you feel about
apologizing, man. Hey,
Hold on,
okay,
wait.
my
Wait,
all right.
wait. Oh, before you ask me a question, OJ, I got a question for you though.
What's up?
Did you say all that stuff about monetizing, trying to get money? Where's my money? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Every time we talk on the podcast, I'm gonna ask for my money. Where's my money? You know what I'm talking about? Where's my money? This is not a bet. This is real. Where's my money?
What we call it? I
dude hit
don't
you with
know,
the big
but yeah,
worm.
No,
Sunday
where's,
Sunday
you know
Sunday
exactly this is not
OJ.
a podcast
In
bet. This is where's
Weezy's words, Sunday OJ is a business, and it's our business. That's how I'm gonna feel it. But anyway, Portland. What can we call you, Portland Storm? Or you got a name you want to go by? You just want to go
Yeah,
by
you
Portland
could
Storm.
call me Trey. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Jesus
The
himself,
real
this
Trey.
Trey 2.0. But
That's my
you know
name
the
in the
other.
league. Yeah.
No, but there's another Trey, and his name is
Oh,
TikTok
okay.
TikTok Trey is that's why they say that Trey Rob is TikTok.
I believe he got the Jets right now. But I got a question. So, cause you I like your insight on things. So I don't know if you witnessed Wheezy trolling, or I don't think you witnessed Wheezy's extent of trolling. I think you came in when he's a little calm. But how do you feel about trolling? Do you feel like it's toxic in a sense, or do you feel like it's healthy for the league? Like, cause talking shit is cool, but it goes to an extent that it goes too deep. How do you feel about trolling or being talking smack while winning the game?
Well, I view talking shit and trolling as completely different subjects. So, are you talking about trolling, or are you talking about talking shit?
Mm, mm. You stumped me on that one because I thought it was kind of similar in a sense because when you beating somebody's ass and you start talking crazy, well, you're right because Wheezy when somebody enters the
I
league
mean,
he starts trolling them crazy,
yeah,
but
Weezy be trolling about everything. He don't be like
You know,
he
you
don't be
know,
talking shit.
he went from pick number 2 with them damn Dolphins and trolling everybody and saying crazy stuff to that 1 year on hush mode. Then he made the playoffs the next year and got back to trolling, and he ain't stopped trolling since. And then I think even now he undefeated with Aaron Rodgers, and he won't stop trying to trade Adrian Amos for a damn corner. He said it 3 times today. I don't know what is going on with him. I know the Packers broke, but the Bills broke too. But damn, boys, like cut the motherfucker. I'll sign him that way.
or a better one. Do you consider yourself a troll? Because I seen you was talking smack too. So like, do you consider yourself a troll or a confident smack talker?
Um, I mean, I could talk some shit. I could talk some shit. I don't view myself as like a full on troll anymore. I used to be. For goddamn sure, I used to be. But my perspective on the whole trolling and is it healthy for elite, bro? I have a weird perspective on it. I think, but I honestly think it's healthy, man. I think it's healthy, and I know people will say, "Oh, I hate these trollers," right? But for me, I don't want to be in a league where the chat is dead every day and we're just talking. I mean, it's great to have some serious conversations for sure, man. Like, I mean, I know I was listening to the podcast with my caddy. Like that shit was a great, break in between all the trolling to really talk to a genuine dude, right? But at the same time, it's a Madden league and it's fun, right? So we have guys in the chat that are, sparking up some controversy, that are, making people mad. It's making people mad, and then everybody flows into the chat and has a good laugh about it, hopefully. Or if you get mad, then you play harder in the game, stuff like that. I think it is healthy in a way to get energy flowing and to keep the chat active. I mean, I'm constantly checking the chat because I think we just have the craziest conversations in there. And I check it more than any other league I'm in because we have guys like, I don't want to call out Wheezy because I don't think he's like the biggest troll, but I mean, he is sort of a troll and he keeps guys in the chat and he keeps guys entertained in the chat, which actually increases league activity. So I think it's somewhat healthy for a league.
Man, get this man a round of applause. Whenever
You good? You hurt yourself just now.
I was trying. Pause. I was choking. I was choking on the drink. But
Yeah, that's
Weezy would
terrible.
love that. You know what's crazy, Paulin? Because nobody really gave Weezy compliments on his chat activity as you did. And
Right.
That's a
he
lie.
calls himself
JPEG did.
he did it at the end, but we talking about and we talking about because he did that before it ended. We talking about like just generally saying it. Nobody never generally said, "Hey, Weezy, your troll is healthy." You just did that. So Weezy probably in his phone. I mean, on the other end, flipping backflips with his fat ass, because if it ain't eating, it's trolling for Weezy.
You know
So
what it reminds me
if
like remember like the trolling got so bad to a point like I've met OG in real life and I grew up with Wheezy. So like remember back in the day when we used to post like the bad stuff of people like I'm talking about these dudes are horrible, Trey. Like they used to go look up dudes in the chat when they got their real name, go find pictures of them from like their
not
social media.
these. Don't do that.
Bro.
Don't add me into his foolishness. That was all easy. Don't do.
You were there for it as my witness though. That's all that matters.
Okay.
I
You made
never
me feel
forget
like
they
gunning and
but when
snitching.
but hey, chill out. You know what? I ain't gonna do that with you. I'm not gonna do that. But they got Wheezy so bad one day, man. I think it was you who provided the picture though with the skint haircut, and I
No,
remember
he provided the picture and I threw him a hairline.
and then you drew that Jake in black, and then we put it on Stanley
Yeah.
for Friday.
He said let do for Friday.
Yeah, they say he look like Stanley with that J. I was crying weak. Somebody put him on the Walmart rollback. Yo,
Yeah, it was wild.
I think trolling back then though, like
Was more fun and healthy.
it was more fun
funny.
and healthy because the dudes all got along. People weren't doing stupid stuff like releasing all the players from the league. And like
Hey,
you
shout out to
mentioned,
Pierre
it was-
Strong.
Hey, yeah, shout out to our guy Pierre, man. Pierre actually was in our league, and now he's running back for the Patriots. Got drafted this past year. So it's just funny that like we know what healthy trolling looks like, and we know how it can affect the league, like you just said. Do you think like some of the users in AGS could be better about their trolling, or should some people just stop trying to troll?
To be honest, I think as a league grows, I think you start losing, some of those guys that are, trollers, quote unquote. So like you said, I mean, going back, you guys are dying laughing about a memory about trolling. Like it's at some point it is healthy. It really is healthy for a league. I know it could be for one guy in that instance, it might be a little bad, right? But I think in a way, Madden's kind of going down the route of the unhealthy trolling. I think it's going down that route, but I was just talking about AGS. I don't think it's that bad. To be honest, I haven't been here long enough to say where we're at in terms of like a timeline of how our trolling is right now. But I honestly think that trolling, which I think is a weird word to be using, but the chat activity as a whole kind of benefits from it nonetheless. So
I ain't gonna lie. After this podcast, you gonna get on JPAC's good side. He gonna like you. You might get a DM like, "Hey, you want to be a commish?" But nah, I'm trolling now. But um, how did you find AGS? That's one because you came in randomly, and
all
like
right, you want me to answer that real quick?
yeah, and I was about to ask you, and what makes you feel like our league is? Do you feel like our league is one of the top leagues you've been in?
So I found AGS off Snipes Television, which I think is a great platform to promote other leagues.
Shout out to Snipes.
I wasn't on no League Hopper. I wasn't on no Reddit because I don't fuck with those guys. But I was in the Snipes chat, and I don't know if Scream remembers this, but I'm pretty sure he reacted to one of my chats saying, "How can I join the league?" and then somebody said, I think it was they sent something or it was on their. Do you guys have a Twitter? Do you guys have
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
league
So
Twitter?
JPAC runs and if you guys aren't following the league Twitter at AGS Madden, I believe it might be an underscore in the middle. I'll put it on the screen when we get this up and rolling for the visual guys. We'll leave the link in the description for this week too. Yeah, I do
Right,
remember
yeah.
that. I think we might have been calling the Super Bowl for AGS. Actually, we might have been calling year one Super Bowl with Bang and Trent. And then I think somebody either DM'd him the link or they told him go to Twitter. He came in the chat and he waited. You know, he was one of the patient ones. He didn't. You know, it's funny. We talked about this the other day in the league when the dude him came in, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I'm him."
I'm him.
But
Shout
yeah,
Easy.
so you know, the patience that he showed is what got him a team, and he been here ever since, man. So it's good that you know you had that patience to wait it out, because unfortunately
I'm
OG
glad he
left.
took over a team.
But yeah,
Hey,
but it's you're
I'm
one of
honestly
those.
glad that happened that way.
You're
He's
one
a
of those
rare. He's a rare diamond.
Exactly, you're one of those dime a dozen users that you know people talk about. They like coming into their league, they stick around, and they become like a staple. You know, and I think OG made a great point. Not even about the whole JPAC good side thing, but it's great when you can talk to somebody as a user and they understand the game, they understand the league and what they're about. So it's just a dope feeling, man. Especially you know having you here with us. And not to shy away from his second part of this question with I forgot what you even asked because we started talking.
Don't even ask me. I'm still thinking about the towel. But
Jesus Christ, brother, what did you do? You know what? I don't even know, man.
we ain't gonna call it demon time. We're gonna call it Wheezy time. I gotta get the little baby toy out. Pause. But
You
no,
were asking
Paulie,
about if it comparing it to other leagues I've been a part of. So
yeah, because you said you enjoy AGS and
right.
where well and on top of that question, if there's anything you feel like we can do better, I keep saying we because I'm so used to just being in the league and being a part of it. If you
Investing?
feel like this, yeah, I'm very invested. It's crazy, but if there's anything you feel like AGS can do better, or any ideas you can throw out because you're a content creator, you're a very smart person. I can tell, very intellectual. So if there's any ideas and you want to brainstorm 'em here now is your chance, and here's your floor.
I mean, it's a tough subject because I don't want to make it seem like other leagues are better than AGS because I've put it out there that AGS is probably one of the best leagues I've been a part of, right? But there are definitely some things that a couple other leagues I'm in, I'm like, wow, this would really help out AGS. And like I said, it's a tough subject. It's a fine line right here. But I mean, there are some things we could definitely be doing as a league as a whole that could get people more involved around the league. I think one thing in another league I'm in, I think every dude has their own podcast. I like every dude.
Mm.
Like they be posting I think once a week. You know, some guys posting almost every day, just talking about the league, talking to guys like they friends, like they buds, and they really don't even know each other. They're not hometown or anything, but they just throwing content out there. They're throwing stuff out there for the league to eat up, right? I think that's a great thing. I think podcasts are awesome, man. That's why I wanted to be a part of it, right? And then I also think, which I actually have an idea for that I wanted to start getting going, is just a little thing, but it would be fantasy football. So I don't know how that affects gameplay, or it shouldn't, but that's always been the idea of mine. Another league does that, and I actually run the podcast going over the top
Mm.
performances, talking about every league, or talking about every team, every player, how they doing, and then trying to make lineups off it, and everybody sending in their lineups, and it really gets people involved with other teams around the league, not just your own, right? So I think that's a very cool system. There's obviously a lot more that you could do, but those are just two things off the top of the head.
I like that because we was thinking about when I was a commish, we was trying to discuss the events of the fantasy. It was kind of difficult, but if you have a blueprint, like a secure blueprint that you can hand in and say this is going to work this way, I suggest you do that because I, I'm I'm a fan of. I don't want to see nothing fade away into the sunset, right? And the way everybody's been feeling, Emotions been running because Madden been so bad, the development been so bad, everything's so fucked up with Madden right now. But your idea, like we talked about, but it was just no set blueprint on how to get it across the table and how to get everybody involved. So if you can write up a description, blueprint, whatever, and just say, hey, this is what we can do, this is how we can do it, and this way is gonna work. I suggest you do that because that will be so it will wake up the league again because everybody's gonna pay attention to everybody, just like you said. And even if you gotta like if you need help, we can sidetrack to have you do that podcast and talking about just the fantasy of the week. You could be what's his name from ESPN screen Van Pelt. You could be our personal Van Pelt, and we could get that incorporated. But that's ideas that I like because it'll get everybody in tune. But if you have a solid blueprint, please just like submit that in and have it running.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
we
a
was
huge
thinking
fan
about
of
it.
yeah, I'm a huge fan of that just because, like you said, I think it gets so many more people involved. And the key to podcast, in my opinion, is getting as many people's names out there, right? So you're talking about earlier, you're talking about guys that are struggling in the league, right? I'm throwing names out there. I'm throwing every stat, every performance, right? And I'm talking about every team, every matchup, right? So I think everybody's going to tune into that. Their name gets mentioned, their team gets mentioned, their favorite player gets mentioned. I think it's a great, healthy podcast that everybody can tune into, everybody can enjoy, and at the same time, it could be encouraged by the admin team. There could be a reward system. I have a blueprint that I actually just started using in another league, and it's going amazing. It's widely accepted, so I think it could be pretty big. But honestly, it's not for every league. I think it's a great idea, but not ideas are meant to be that light bulb. So I think it's a great start. Stuff like that. I think it's a great foundation to go off of podcasts, general chat activity, and then getting everyone involved.
You know, with
Hey, you
with
need to set.
that,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you good. But what you just said is really, really good because even with the general chat situation, we drop the podcast in the chat. We let people know what time it goes live. I did something different yesterday. Obviously, we're recording a different day. Obviously, where we just put it out as a premiere. We let people listen as it developed instead of letting them go through it all at one time. Um, do you think OG mentions this a lot, and that's kind of why we stopped the rewards with the pod, and we talked about that last episode too. Do you think the users are a little spoiled, or is it more of they expect too much when it comes to the rewards and how they're given out?
I mean, there's many sides to the coin on this one. I think rewards are something that can keep guys active and keep guys interested in certain topics, right? And it almost, if you're interested in the team and you're interested in being successful in the league, it almost forces you to be a part of some things that get you rewards, right? And I don't think it's a spoiled thing. I think AGS does a great job of keeping the rewards up, but I mean, we're not affecting the league too much to overpower any rosters or anything. So I think rewards can just be used as more of an incentive to get people, you know, listening to a podcast or doing content or making graphics or watching a Snipes television, thing. So it's little things like that that help out a league. And that's kind of almost what OG was talking about with the monetizing. It's just it kind of stems from that. So that's how I feel about rewards and all that. I think AGS does a great job, but you can always add on to it. So
But you know what sucks about that though? I remember her saying because we had CG who and we had Snipes, right? CG did the lesser gains of the people who didn't really win too much. But a lot of people don't want to be on that screen, and it kind of sucks for us. I mean, for AGS, because we have the same teams going on the screen, going on the screen, going on the screen, and nobody getting noticed because they're so afraid of getting blown out or whatever the case may be. They're not as good. But how I feel is like, so what? Uh, if we're gonna play this game, we play it to have fun, and if we get the commentary getting involved because Snipes is doing his own thing, and we have the wonderful Scream, who's amazing as well in the commentary. We need to get more games out there.
Speaking of that,
and
I did put the filler out there today. We're coming up on week 7, and I didn't want to be rude, but I'm going to be rude here because I really don't give a damn. Slop and Greg are going to walk into week 7 undefeated, both 6-0, as AFC North competitors. Like, Greg is the Browns, Slop is the Ravens. Their first matchup of the season is week 7. Next week, Slop, I believe, has the Giants and Mo Juice. Love my guy Mo Juice. That Giants team is just not well equipped right now at this second. And then I believe Greg, I'm trying to get the schedule right now to get it right and not be wrong. Forgive me. Got to get my filters together and stuff. And Neon. Shout out to Neon Sports for letting us do everything here in AGS too, man. Very, very great app. If you have not checked it yet, please do that. Slop plays the Giants and Greg plays the Patriots. Patriots are 0-5. So we know they're walking in 6-0, even on any given Sunday. And I have put the feeler out. Slop has responded. Greg has not yet. Monday night commentary 6-0.
But
I don't see how you don't. I don't see how we don't get that game called. Whether me, Snipes, anybody.
Other than that, people just need to get on the screen. We need to have a game of the week every fucking week.
We don't care who gets on the screen. I think that's the thing people don't understand.
But the people do though.
Okay, I get that, but here's the problem. Like you have said, and like Trey has said, and even Weezy has said this, and this kind of went into the reboot situation. People are wondering how they can get more activity, they can get more points towards Madden 24 team selection. It's not just a chat. It's not just weekly stories. It's not just streaming. Being at the game of the week stream puts a point on your name into that bucket, and people literally still don't understand that.
I just got an idea. It just popped in my head right now. I believe that team selection points, or if Weezy could agree to this, some attribute points can be headed out for people who do game of the week, so that way we can have different game of the weeks every week. People gonna want to do game of the week when you get, awarded, because in unfortunately AGS you got to get awarded to do something.
That's why I asked the question about the spoiled thing, because and I've said it multiple times in season 2. I said it in last week's episode. I said it all the time. Like, if J-Pack can't make the graphic, if it's not a game he's able to make a graphic for, because he's a busy man too with 2 kids and a full-time job. I don't mind. Half the graphics that happened, I made. Like, so the ones that, like, the smaller ones have been me. The other ones have been J-Pack. I don't mind making.
I helped.
You definitely helped. That's not even a question. I'm not trying to shade you. So that's that shit. He had to get old graphics out there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
that was a nice shot.
Yeah, that's gonna be the name. Old graphics. I'm trying to tell you, OG graphics. But we have people in the league who can create these things. I've created numerous game of the weeks, different styles, whether it was AGT, some Super Bowl ones, and then Rhino does too. So we have the manpower to create different weeks in the league, game of the weeks. It's just a matter of the users not being afraid. And Trey does graphics. So we have 4 people that can make a graphic. It literally boils down.
We need more.
We do, but it still boils down to the users stepping up to the plate. Not everybody streams, so that also hurts a little bit because not everybody streams. So,
because my caddy did answer. I'm sorry, Trey. We're gonna get back to you real quick. But my caddy did DM about people being involved and not involved, and saying that some like how Trey said, some people just come home from work and just want to play. But if you invest, I just want to talk to my caddy real fast. If you invest into this for so long, right, and you're investing, we're going to say 4 hours a day, because you're in the chat, you're playing your game for an hour, you're investing. So, yeah, it could be I used to call this a hobby. It's a hobby. I get my mind off things. I come here when I'm stressed the fuck out, I play Madden, but it stresses me more because I'm losing. But or I'm dealing as a commission, I'm dealing with crazy users that's just But when you're investing into something, I don't know how everybody is. My job, I take it serious. I give it 100%. Anything I do, I give it 100%. I go to school, I give it 100%. My relationship, I give it 100%. As a dad, I give it 100%. So in this league, I give it 100%, and I expect that. And that's my bad because that's where my relationship with certain people or certain users or certain people it just it just crumbled because of that. But I feel like that every user should be contributing because it is what it is. We invest our lives into this shit. Most of us been here for 8 years strong together. And if we can't invest into each other, it just showed me so much. But I just went left. I just got when I get angry, Scream knows I get angry. But Portland, Trey 2.0. I got a question though. Damn, that should be slipping out my motherfucking head. Um, what was the fucking question?
It's honestly a little scary that we saying there's only four guys in a 32-man league that are doing graphics. In my opinion, just want to throw that out there. I think more guys could be doing graphics or at least learn how to make some sort of content besides typing in Discord. I think that's a very solid
People,
start.
It's
So,
funny,
people
yo,
afraid.
because literally, I'm
People
talking
afraid.
about OG won't doing graphics, I won't doing graphics, JPack won't doing graphics, but then the three of us, because I'm a former commish, like we had a conversation, and what OG has always said about the monetization of the league with the whole moving to the Twitter. We did that already. We don't do it as much now. We just do it in the Discord.
Because nobody participated.
Yeah,
Scream.
no,
When we tried, there was
I'm
only
with you.
5 people, and I'm not trying to sound. I'm not trying to sound like
I
an
hit a
old
nerve on
man
accident.
grumbling. No, you did because it get me mad. Is that when we try shit, nobody wanna invest themselves in, but they will. It just get me mad that AGS is a top league as far as character, as far as rule wise, as far as feeling like it's home. That's AGS.
Yeah,
For real,
and
for real.
that's
You
the thing.
go in there
Like
and you feel welcome.
we dead ass were not doing any graphics of any sort. Like when I was doing my thing as a commissioner and even meeting JPack, I never saw myself investing in doing Photoshop graphics ever. And then when he got started, we like shared all the files. I'm talking about the team logos, the players, the backdrops. There were dudes in the community sharing these files with us so we can make our own graphics and kind of step our league up. And 5 years later, bro, I'm still doing graphics. I didn't think I'd be in this place, but it is something I enjoy doing
Yo,
because
fuck all that.
it's the feel good factor. Like I'm not gonna lie, like when I create those game of the
No.
week stuff, like that's feel good because it's like, damn, I know this fire. I know they about to fuck with this. And when you see those
I,
fire emojis under your stuff in the chat, it's a feel good moment.
I'm about to
bro,
go deeper than
preach,
that though, bro.
preach.
Because Scream is streaming and he was streaming content because we not that we forced him to be a commentator, but we kind of put him in his platform to be a commentator and he went his streaming way, which worked out for him. Like everything works out like in a way that's like it's faith. Like me, I never did. I was never thinking about Photoshop or I do a lot of memes. I play around, I troll, and then I started doing video. When we doing team selection, I do a special video for my team, and it's always hot. And not to pat myself on the back, but it's always hot. And I do that, and I wanted to get into video, and I created our Sunday OJ logo. I created our Sunday OJ intro. Like it just gets you into places that you don't even know what you want to be, but people are afraid to step into that realm, into that matrix of being a creator. And in 2023, everybody's a creator. Get dig deep in your body and be a creator. Whatever it is, a podcast. My caddy's doing a little podcast for himself, and I love it. Creating graphics or whatever. But that's me. I'm getting over emotional. I'm getting over invested. I apologize. But hey Paulin, I want you to tell the users about yourself, who you are, what are you into, what college you go to if you're in college, because you're 18, so you should be in college. Um, and the things about you, because this is also about Madden, but we need to get personal because uh 28 of us in that league, we've been there for many years, so we all know each other. We all invested, and there's some people that we get on here that people don't know, like how we had T Hoyt. T Hoyt never spoke. We brought him on the podcast. He told us about himself, and man, T Hoyt's one of the man, a good guy. I consider him a friend. So just if you want to talk about yourself and whatever it is you into and are in, explain it and just detail yourself.
Um, yeah. So, like I said, I touched on it earlier. I play football. I'm in high school still. I'm a senior. I'm going into college. I'm actually a 3-star recruit for football. I broke some records in my county, so I'm hoping to go D1 this off season. But aside from that, it's it's a pretty simple life, man. I got a great family. I got a younger sister. I got a dog. All that. I enjoy in terms of things I enjoy. Um, I like writing, man. I like writing. And then I like all the commentary. I'm a huge commentary guy. I'm actually going to major in that broadcast journalism. Um, that's always been my dream job is to be an NFL or NBA broadcaster. I know a ton about the leagues. I know all the stats, all the info of each player. I could probably name an entire roster for any given team right now. Um, so little things like that. That's just a little kink of mine. I like writing. I like the journalism, and then I also like the broadcasting, and that's what kind of got me into a league like AGS. I think. I mean, props. So much props to Scream, man. Like he's doing all these broadcasts and all these commentaries. Like I don't think he understands. For at least guys like me, that's what keeps me going in a league like this. That's what like that is so lit in my opinion is to get some like real commentary on your own game or on other people's games. It's just it provides such a crazy aspect to a video game. You know, it makes it feel like some real life shit, like a business. It really does. So I think that's a huge part of it. And that's just a little interest of mine. In terms of college, I think I'm looking at Idaho State right now. So if any of y'all live in Idaho, hit me up. So I'm gonna be heading down there soon, actually, for an official visit. Little things like that. But outside of that, I'm a pretty boring guy, pretty stand up guy. I would love to. I mean, in another league I'm in, they have meetups, man. So if you guys are trying to meet up anywhere, I know that's a pretty big step. But I would love to meet some of y'all, and in a podcast like this, just talking to y'all, getting to know you guys is a big step in that direction. I'd love to get to know everybody in the league and make it more of a friendship type. I think that's a big part of it. So yeah, that's pretty much all about me.
You know what's crazy? I'm the meetup king because I every time I met Scream, I met Dumph, I met Wang Tree or Hyphy now. I've actually implied myself because I remember Dumph was over here for a Yankee game and I'm like, yo, where you at? Let's if you're gonna be around Yankee Stadium, let's hit a bar. I went by myself to go see the bar he's at. I met Dumph, cool guy, very cool guy. Wang Tree, cool guy. Scream, very cool. Scream, man, and man, we was man chilling.
I
But
still got the pictures, man. You know that. No fun.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a
so
fun place, man.
if you're ever in New York, I mean, you 18, I could probably slide you in some places. but but man, you I got goals. I'm about to set like when Kobe Bryant. I don't know if you watch basketball, but Kobe Bryant just had tweeted out to certain players their goal. And I have a goal for you, right? Two, maybe three. Well, one goal for you. I want you to get on the call with Scream. I want you to really get on the call with Scream. If even if it's this call with Browns versus Ravens, I want y'all to collab on a call and both y'all can do commentary on that. If my good man Scream would allow that, I don't mean to.
No, we
apply
making
that
it happen. Don't
in his
even
face.
you only gotta sweat that. We're gonna make that happen. So don't even worry about that.
I would love to hear him on the call because the way he explained that he knows every single body on the team. We're gonna put your knowledge to some tests. So you gonna do that,
Man, that's awesome,
and
bro. I just wanna cut in real quick. Like, bro, that's awesome, bro. It's always actually been like a little bit of a dream of mine to actually broadcast one of these games. I don't even have the software or anything to do it, but that's actually so cool. If we can make that happen, that's awesome, and I thank you for that. If not, I'm cool with it. Just keep doing you, Screen. So
hey,
No,
you
no,
don't
thank
you
you.
don't
we'll
need no
make it happen.
software.
The
Scream
thing
has all the
is,
software.
the thing is, people don't understand, and I said this last episode, and I stress it again here. Everybody starts somewhere, and Snipes will tell everybody because anytime I pull up in Snipes' chat, he says it every single time. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be as far as he is. He wouldn't be doing what he does. He wouldn't have found the passion and fire to do this. And many people don't know, like, Wes is a DJ. So like he had all the same equipment anyway hanging around because he's a DJ. So he's like the DJ envy of Madden. You know what I'm saying? And for me, you know, I always just had the dream since like 15 of just being a content creator. And like my friends always said, bro, you're playing the game anyway, just stream. So I've always kind of taken this a little bit serious. And like OG said earlier, he kind of pushed me to the point like, you know what, we got to level up. You got to get in that booth. You know football better than any of us. Like, go ahead and do this. So, I mean, you said it's a dream of yours, and I'm not trying to, you know, make your dream come true. That's not what I'm doing. But I don't mind giving anybody a platform. I put OG on a call. I put Jay on a call. We sat and talked about a football. We just watched some of the streams in the chat one night just to do it. So this might be your confidence booster to decide, you know what? Maybe in my free time, I will get a PC or build a PC. Maybe I will learn how to work a OBS, get a mic and do commentary on my own. And for me, it's a good feeling because like you kind of gave me my flowers, right? And I appreciate that because OG give me my flowers every damn day if I'm gonna be real with y'all. And sometimes, you know, it's not that us creators or commentators need the flowers, but it just feels good to know that we inspire other people. And that's all I've been about since OG met me. He knows that. He'll tell anybody that. It's a blessing to know that I inspire you a little bit to, you know, go further than just football. And hopefully you accomplish everything you set out to do. And if there's any way we can help you get there, by all means, like, we're here to help.
I'll say this, though. I'm the guy that has the ideas and Scream makes it come true. For real. I remember I had this idea for a video, and the way he just laid it out, it was just like so beautiful and so perfect.
Oh, you're talking about the team reveal for Madden 21. Sir.
But I do want to say this, though, Paul and Trey. You know what I'm saying? Us at Sunday OJ, we give our platform isn't too big. We got just AGS and whoever listens outside of that. But we give anybody and everybody an opportunity. Mr. Money, that's my guy. He has an album out. He's just like you. He's in commentary for college. And the reason he went to commentary for college is because there was one time we did an award show. I edited, I did the production, and him and Trey, they did the video and talking in the thing. And then he actually did commentary with Wes and Scream, and that's when made him pursue that. And we also play his music here, like, cause he has a band. So shout out to Mr.
Yeah,
Money.
whenever y'all hear the intro, that's Cash. That's Mr. Money.
No. That's not Cash. That's the other money. That's the other money.
No. We talk. No, that
no,
is that one.
Our intro. No. Our intro is Money from Houston. Our
Hold on. Flip. Isn't
our
Flip
bandmate.
Isn't Flip turn Cash though? Or I'm bugging.
Yeah, that's Cash, but money's from Houston.
We switched the intro this episode. You're right. My bad. That's what it is.
And then Wes, not to even boast or nothing, like AGS gave him his platform to be who he is today because AGS is the one, and Scream was the one who said you need to commentate. He went to commentary. So and whoever had but shout out to my guy GMO. Much love to GMO. He's another one. We gave him the platform. He got a car store. Shout out to him in Colorado. Go shop on his Car Busters.
I still hate playing Gmo and Madden. He don't even play no more. I still hate playing that guy. God damn, man.
We gave him his platform. So anybody who has a platform for anything, we bring them on here. No matter the smallest, be small. But I don't give a hell. I'm here to make somebody's. I mean, he don't want to say it, but we here to make dreams come true. If that's what you want to do, we gonna make it happen.
Chase it, man. That's
that's the type of person I am. I hit Scream up every day with ideas about everything.
No, I still ain't record that video with the TV.
Yeah, my motivation is so crazy, and my body is in 100 places at once. But
hey,
Paul,
yo,
you're gonna. It is. I'm 1,000, but my brain is in 100 places. That's man, it's so bad that I have to go to therapy. But shout out to your Paul. You gonna do that call? We're gonna make sure
you see how we demanded he got to be on the call. He got to clear his Monday night schedule.
He got to clear his Monday night schedule. You don't need no equipment. All you gotta do is get on the call.
Yeah, just I'll shoot you a call in the
Screen
DM.
got the rest.
Yeah, I get the rest figured out.
If you want to take it further, You ask Scream what equipment he uses, et cetera, et cetera. Uh, I love this podcast, man.
Yeah, I do.
love it.
And you know, while we're about to wrap up, because we're getting deep, I do got some questions for you. I'm gonna shoot the rapid questions because Weezy's not here to do it. I believe he had a hot date tonight. Hopefully he's safe.
Shout out to Weezy. He's in love. He's in a
Blue
newfound
toy.
marriage. He's using his new blue toys, his rabbits.
Oh,
And in our new logo, that's his skinny picture. Don't be catfish. He catfishing y'all.
oh yeah. I don't know if we're
Yeah.
gonna debut the new logo. I mean, we at the end of the episode now. Maybe we should do it at the end. Just debut it for them.
Yeah.
Get them a little slice of
I
life.
mean, yes, that's not the new logo. It's the new front.
They'll
whatever
see it
it
when
is,
they
but
see it.
yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Weezy
But
catfishing though.
yeah, but first question I got for you. We asked JaVale this same thing. You know, who are your top 5 builders that you've seen so far in any given Sunday?
Top 5 builders. That's a tough question because once again, I haven't been in the league too long. And honestly, are we talking about this reboot or are we talking in general?
Either or. I mean, like you know, you haven't been here that long, so that's why it's an interesting question from your perspective because you might see building a different way than JaVale does. That's why I thought to ask you that.
But before he answers, you're Paulin. We don't accept no political shit on this channel. So if you're gonna be political,
Your
please don't.
opinion is your opinion and stick by it.
Yes, be free. You're an eagle.
I mean, shit. I don't think I can name 5 guys to be honest. A recent guy, that I would think of. I don't even know. I just kind of want to throw this out there. How did Jay get Justin Herbert?
So JaVale traded Justin Herbert to Jay for Tariq Woolen.
Oh yeah, that shitty ass trade.
Yeah. I think he gave him Asante Samuel and Justin Herbert for Tariq Woolen and somebody. I can't remember the rest of it. And his first. I
Yeah,
think.
it was the worst trade I've ever seen involving a superstar quarterback. It really was. I don't know how that was accepted. I can't believe that. Maybe I just shoved it so far deep in my mind because it was such a bad trade that I forgot about it. But yeah, that I can't give it to JaVale. But I mean, I guess I would give my builder right now in the reboot to Jay because I mean, you set your team up, bro. You set your team up, man. You set your team up with the Justin Herbert, and you got him for that cheap. Like you trade, who did he trade? He traded Tariq Woolen, who, granted, great player. I think it was Noah Fant as well, who was the other player that was
That
involved.
might be exactly who it is. I'm going to the trades to see what it was now.
Bro, like you trading a corner and a tight end with a first round pick for one of the best quarterbacks in the game.
So-
I mean, I'm giving that to him right now because I don't think anybody else has made as good of a trade as that currently. But I also want to give some respect to those whoever's controlling the Saints right now in the reboot. They picked up an edge threat outside linebacker to pair up with Cameron Jordan, and then we also traded a guy that was on a 1-year deal that we couldn't re-sign because the Saints are in the most tragic situation in all of Madden. We traded him for a second and a fourth. I mean, our D-line gets better, and we get more draft capital, and we picked up Tyler Huntley, who's playing pretty well so far. So I just want to give a shout out to whoever's controlling the Saints. They're pretty nice. But yeah.
Wait. Before you keep going, you traded the easiest trader in money. Shout out to Money though. He's a good guy. He's a Republican. He's cool. I like him. But his trades just be off the wall hockey sticks. Like,
Yeah, man.
But-
And just to go back to
but-
that JaVale trade, officially
going-
it was
can I-
Jay. It was Jay's first, Noah Fant and Tariq Woolen for JaVale's second, Justin Herbert and Asante Samuel Jr. And every player in the deal was under 24 years old. That is.
Am I the only one tripping off that trade?
No. That trade was bad. That trade
Asante
was
Samuel
bad.
is an amazing corner. Granted,
I mean,
Tariq Woolen has a
you
swap.
swapping for Woolen, which makes sense, and then he made Woolen, I think, his XF or SS, so
But
it worked out.
to JaVale's defense, though, I'm gonna say this because you haven't been in the league so long. JaVale is the master builder in quarterbacks. I seen him turn a motherfucking 57 overall quarterback into a 99
The Tyree Jackson year. You
beast.
talking about that?
Tyree Jackson.
Yeah. So
year.
Madden, what was it? Madden
So-
19 or 20? JaVale literally took Tyree Jackson off the Bills. I think it was 95 throw power. He turned that man to a 99. I think in 2 seasons.
overall. So you see it
Literally
different than we
just
do. The
just
trade was
snap.
horrible. The trade
Yeah, but
was
it's not the
ridiculous.
same no more. Like Madden's not the same. Like I do remember a stage where you could make any quarterback a 99 overall X factor in a couple of seasons. I think you still can do that, but it is a lot more difficult, and I
No, but
don't
his
see it as successful anymore. Building
his
up the low
game
overalls.
plan, his play calling is way different than any man that you like. It's just different. I mean, he just got smoked. I mean, I'm gonna say this. Shout out to my man Greg. He just spanked the boots off El Mel and
You
JaVale. Shout out to Greg. After hold on. After they questioned my man if he was gonna win division, why everybody picking Greg? Why everybody,
Oh, here
he
he
just
goes.
smoked the boots off of El Mel after him questioning that. Smoked his boots. Shout out to my man Greg. That's my man in real life. And he just smoked the boots
Big
off
G
of JaVale.
Purtis.
But
Hey, I gotta give my guy Greg and JaVale love. They actually just played in the Super Bowl over in leather helmet. Shout out to the guy Jim Jones. So Vale got his payback. That's what I was coming to say. Vale got his payback. He hit me on the side. So Vale got his payback in the Super Bowl. So they got some beef in here once the playoffs come. Probably no BS, man.
I used to have Madden beef with Vale, but like I like
You
Madden.
definitely did. You was oof.
But I like that because I bring the best out of people. I'm gonna talk my shit to you. I don't be winning like that. I mean, I go to playoffs, but I'm gonna talk my shit so that I'm gonna get you in your mode.
You ain't
You know what I'm
lying.
saying?
Yeah, you be in your bag like
what
when
was the
Weezy ran the defensive lineman out on a pick six. Anyway,
Yeah, he cheated.
the other question, and it's the last one I got for you. Again, you've been here a short time, but time is time
can I say a funny
regardless.
one before you? Can I say
Go
one
ahead.
before you do? Let's just.
By
Are you
all
a
means.
virgin?
What? Hey, yo.
I got to do Weezy style.
Jesus
Weezy
Am
style.
I a
Weezy would've
virgin?
asked. Yeah, Weezy would have asked that. So shout out to Weezy.
He
I'm
would've,
not
you
a
right.
virgin.
Okay, copy.
There you have
Wait,
it.
are you like Trey Rob and you so in love that you ain't gonna like?
Nah,
Let you go.
so if we want to get, I'll keep it short. But pretty much had like that first relationship where you thinking, oh, it's love, right? So I dated this girl for 3 years, and then she fucked me up. So now we just in our I don't care mindset, and we just locked in on football and just bettering myself right now, pretty much. So it was rough for a sec, but yeah, I had my first little like love in fucking high school, but now we moved on. Haven't really talked to any girls since, but I'm not a virgin. Indeed, I'm not a virgin.
When you go to college, you better be spanking mad cheeks. You gonna be spanking mad cheeks. Don't be a Trey Rob.
OG is the worst big
Just
brother ever, man. I swear to God.
Be a Trey Portland and smack mad cheeks, and then get married after you graduate college. College should be
This
fun.
guy. Oh Lord.
It's the truth. Everybody gonna tell them that college you better spank mad cheeks, and after you turn serious.
I can't even laugh, man. That's OG for you. But again, my question and the last one before we go. Top 5 people, whether you play them or not. Bring the spice. Again, we don't do no
top five.
we don't do no political.
Top 5 and top
I don't
worst.
care if top 5, bottom 5. I don't care if you play them or not. Viewing games is everything. I don't care if you play them or not.
All right. So you're talking users, right? You're talking in the game.
Yeah, and you can't name yourself, obviously. Like, you are excluded from this.
Yeah.
But top 5 people you've seen, and then top 5 most trashiest people. I got a feeling you about to say Slop is trash, and I would love if you say it because it's going to piss him off. It's going to blow his mind when he hear this. I know it is.
All right. So once again, shorts in a time, but I gotta throw my guy Itchy out there on my top 5. I know he's not. I mean, he might be a little inconsistent. I don't know how he's doing this year. I know he got spanked by what's his name? By Tryhard, and then I spanked Tryhard. But Itchy.
Say one more time. Who you spanked? One more time.
Nah, so Itchy's Itchy's my guy. I was in a league with him before I joined AGS, so he's my guy. He beat me in this league in one of my first seasons. I think it was with Washington. He beat me with those with the Bengals. I believe he was with the Bengals. So I'll give props to him. He was my only loss that year. Still, because we had to reboot. He was my only loss that year. Then I mean, another guy I have to give it to JaVale. I'm surprised that he just got spanked, and he's now 3-2 on the year. That's a little bit surprising, but I think he's one of the better users. I personally haven't played him, so that might be where the quarterback developing stems from. I don't even know how he plays, but I heard, I mean, from you, OG, and many other guys that he's one of the dudes in the league, right? Um, if I'm not gonna say trash, but overrated, 100% goes to slot. 100% goes to slot. I played him. I played him my first game against him. I was expecting some hella comp. It just wasn't like that. He was singing. He was in his mic, so I appreciate him for the concert. But that shit was just not it. I think he maybe might have straightened up with this new team. So hopefully he brings it to me the next time we play. But for right now, I got him as overrated. Especially, you said he's undefeated, right? So that's crazy in my opinion. So he's overrated. We got 2 in the top 5. T Hoyt and the Jags. I think that's a beautiful roster to develop. So hopefully he keeps going. I'll put him in my top 5. Shit. I mean, I think I lost to Rhino.
Who you said? My fault. Who you said who's overrated? Slopping horse.
Slop. That's it. I only got Slop in my overrated list right now. But I think I lost to Rhino as well. He's a decent user. Lost him 27-33. He beat me in overtime. Very, very unfortunate game for me in terms of EA. But I'll give him all the props, man. He beat me. So I'll put Rhino in my top 4 because he beat me, or my top 5 because he beat me. And then my last player would probably be, I mean, who's another big name? You got to give it to, shit. Man, I'll give it to, right now, I'll give it to Omega. I'll give it to Omega and Philadelphia. I'll give it to Omega. Hey, man, you guys put me on the spot. I haven't been in the league too long, so I don't know the pure skills of a lot of these guys. But hey, he's got.
I'm not mad at his top 5 because he is his top 5 and it's his opinion. I'm nowhere near mad about that. But a lot of people, I just want you to know, like, when this episode airs, and this is like the end of the episode, like where the ending is gonna come in and we do our outro. They are going to go absolutely ape shit at this part.
Bro, I'm trying to think of who else, bro. Like, I guess I don't know. How about
Trent? How do you feel about Trent?
Trent? Shit. What team does he have right now?
What team do he have right now?
He had the Packers, but he got the Chiefs.
He has the Chiefs.
He's 3-2. He just beat Money.
He doesn't
I play Trent next week, ironically. So
I mean, yeah, he's 3-2 with the Chiefs. Like, do I have to say anything more? Like,
oh yeah, the spice is real. OG, I got the title. The spice is real.
We had to bring out the spice at the end. We've been serious all episode. We had to bring it out. We got to keep the players entertained, right? So, hey, I got the 5-0 Jags. Oh shit. Hey, let me adjust the list and let me add Greg on there. Greg just beat the shit out of JaVale. So I don't know how I missed out on him.
Shout out to my
So Greg, 5-0 with the Browns. That's actually pretty impressive. I mean, it's a decent roster, but not the best. So props to him, Greg.
Can I ask you a question, Portland? Because everybody says the Browns is the best roster in the game. I'm confused about that.
I'm extremely confused about that. I've never heard that in my life. I've never heard
the Browns are autopilot. Like, you can just get
so the Browns are autopilot because they have the most buildable pieces on the defense, and it's
they have
really like they have the best defense on paper in the game. Like, when you think about all the levels of defense, they got a linebacker, they got Miles freaking Garrett, and then they got Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Greedy. Like, they have DBs for days. So the defense definitely is autopilot. The offense, Nick Chubb is great. You would know, OG, because I had to trade him to you that 1 year.
Amari Cooper?
Amari's okay. I don't think Deshaun Watson is all that crazy in Madden because he's just star dev, but Greg has him XF for free. So I mean,
So who's the best team in your opinion? Both you guys, Scream and in Portland.
Screen.
for me, it's a toss up between the Niners and the Eagles. And you know,
Wow.
Trey,
Wow.
you were. I was in your DM asking when I was on vacation to figure out who I wanted to pick because I didn't know I was second pick. Like I couldn't go over there.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that Trey? I thought you talking about Trey Rob. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
him.
sorry.
No. But no,
Oh,
the
you said
reason
somebody
the
said
reason
your
I
team.
think Niners or Eagles is just dominating defense. I'm a defense guy first, so for me, a crazy defense is what matters more to me. I'm not I play offense, like I'm okay at offense. I'm not great. I'm not bad, but for me, a building block defense, and the Eagles arguably got the best defense in the game to me. So there's that.
I mean, you always gonna have different perspectives. I mean, my top teams are based off how I play, right? I can't really narrow it down to one right now, but I think a very, very sleeper team is the Packers. Like I think they have to be in my top three. Off rip, you are probably one of the best teams in the league with their players. Obviously, you're gonna have to work with Rodgers. So in a rebuild situation, they're not the best, but I do think they're a very, very good roster for at least the first 2 seasons. And then if you're a good team builder, you can develop them into something nice. They got a decent squad. And then
I would agree.
for me, I like the Bengals a ton. I love the Bengals because I think their offense is unstoppable if you know how to use it.
What's how
It's
Bengals
unstoppable.
uses record? What's how Bengals uses record?
2-3, 2-3 is AO.
Stinky.
So yeah, I think I play him next week, but
Oh, wait a minute, y'all play. Another game of the week. I see.
I got money on Portland. Who want to bet?
Wait, wager
Nah,
game?
bro.
Where's Wager Weezy? We don't even have wagers for next week, and we about to advance. Ain't that some shit?
this Saints team is tragic though. I'm learning. I have an 86 throw power quarterback, so I'm throwing some fucking books. But yeah, I think the Bengals are a great roster, at least offensively. I mean, hey, everybody calls me the high pass guy, but I mean, if you got T Higgins, like, how am I not gonna throw high passes to T Higgins? And then if you devote your attention to T, I'm throwing to Jamar. Like, and then you have Joe Burrow, who's set for life on your team. So I think the Bengals are definitely up there in terms of teams. And then the Chargers. I think the Chargers are the number one team in the league, for obvious reasons, in my opinion. Justin Herbert, set for life, one of the best quarterbacks in the game. 2 extremely good wide receivers. You could draft a number 3 wide receiver with some speed, and then you're set. And then their defense is unreal. I mean, you have one of the best defensive lines in the game, outside of the Cowboys, maybe. But you got Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. You have who's a fucking middle linebacker. He's tough.
Kenneth Walker, not Kenneth Walker, my bad. Kenneth Murray.
Nah, and you got fuck, man, he's older.
Him and you talking about Drew Tranquil?
Nah, Bobby Wagner.
Oh, he's
You
on the
got Bobby
Rams.
Wagner.
He on the Rams.
He's on the
Oh
Rams.
shit, yeah, no, you
There
right.
goes
you
your
right.
commentary career. He's on the Rams.
Nah, so they said though, because you got Derwin James. I think they're a crazy roster. So the Chargers would probably be my number one team. That's why I'm extremely surprised that. I mean, hey, I'm not shitting on JaVale at all, but I mean, 3-2 with the Chargers. That's a little suspect, but maybe he's just getting used to the team and everything. They don't have a ton of speed offensively, but they have all the weapons you could ask for. So, yeah, man.
I just want to quote Jay-Z real fast. He's only 18. Nobody knows that unless you heard the Funk Flex. If you heard the Funk Flex freestyles, I'm sorry. I just gotta get on you real fast. But wow, you said I like your top 3 teams, but so you don't have the Chiefs up there as a top team or Colts as I'm talking about game. I'm talking about inside Madden. I'm not talking about real life like Chiefs, Colts.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean the Chiefs are I mean they're good. They're going to be top 5, but personally, I don't think their defense is on the level of any team I mentioned. And then also them losing Tyreek. I mean, your number one receiver is what, a 78 overall. Then you got Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce's on the older side, so you're pretty much losing your go-to target by year 2. And then you're still
But
gonna have Mahomes,
hey,
but
hold on. But you still got Marquez Valdez, who's a speedster. I
oh
think he's
no,
like
yeah.
86. You still have Nicole Hardman, who's like 99 speed.
They
You
not
still
Reek.
have hold up. But I mean, we talking Madden. We not talking about real life. You still got
They
Kadarius
not Reek.
Tony, who's like 99 speed. Juju is garbage. I hate him. Shout out to Fitz.
Hey, no, 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 no,
And
no.
then
Juju is jump ball god in this game. Okay, listen.
oh yeah.
When
And then you
when I
got
got
Sky
Juju
Moore.
and Mac, no, no, no. Sky is a little guy. I stopped using him when I got Lazard. And Lazard, Juju, and Watson was different. Okay, I missed that league.
No, but I'm just talking about Madden though. We're not talking about real life. So that's what I'm saying. The speed as for Tyreek, you combat that with Marquez and Miko and even Kadarius Tony. I mean, she's and shout out to my man Trent. To me, I mean, yeah, I don't know if you play Trent, but Trent is it. And
You
right
know,
now he's having a
he
big
traded
game.
Kadarius Tony, and he would have had Miko Hartman gone if the rookie rule didn't exist. So he trying to trade
And
the
Colts,
speedsters.
Colts to me is the best complete team though, in my
Who?
humble opinion. The Colts, they just don't got a quarterback, and if you get a
Huh?
quarterback, the Colts.
So when Madden first started, Wheezy was debating between the Dolphins and the Colts. The Colts did have an originally great team because their offensive line was solid. You got a running back.
Offensive
You,
running
you
back,
good?
yeah, wide receivers.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah, they didn't have
Defense is
receivers.
cool.
They had a solid defense too with DeForest Buckner, Quiddy Pay, Kenny Moore, and Stephon Gilmore. But and then you got
And the young
Shaq
boy at
Leonard.
safety.
You got Shaq Leonard. You got Bobby Okereke. Like they had a great team, top 5 in beginning of the game. But then the updates come, the players get worse. So
You got Nick Cross, who's like
yeah,
96 speed. We talking about Madden. We talking about Madden, like
yeah.
not real life. Like Madden. There's gonna be teams that's shitty in real life and be good in the Madden game. Like example, Colts. Uh, even Jags. Do you guys consider Jags a good team in Madden?
now I do now because of the updates and the trade they made
Oh
for
yeah, that's
Calvin
right.
Ridley. So
So
they
so the
Trayvon
updates
Walker
fuck
is doing
things up.
amazing. Josh Allen's doing great. Rayshawn Jenkins looks good. Foye Oluokun, a 90 speed linebacker. They got
God
the
damn.
pieces. Yeah, and then Trevor
y'all
Lawrence
team
is a
need to
great
hook up.
build. Yeah, they got Calvin
think
Ridley
so?
with Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Zay Jones, and then Travis Etienne. They got a great offense, like without question.
So so you said what was your team screen?
For me, I was between the Niners and the Eagles simply because of defense, and then the plug and play offense is kind of easy too.
And then Trey said
You just need a quarterback on both those teams too, really.
Chargers, Browns, no Chargers, Bengals, and who? Packers.
Yeah, Chargers, Bengals, and Packers. Yeah.
I could agree. People are gonna disagree with you.
Hey, I mean, I fuck with the Eagles. I really do. I think they're a great team. But for me and for a lot of people, Jalen Hurts is gonna be a problem for you with his throw power.
Mhm.
Like I was talking about Tyler Huntley earlier. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is way more, on a good projected path to be your, top quarterback. But they both have the same throw power, right? They both have 86. So you and I'm changing my entire offense in New Orleans to combat my quarterback's throw power. Like I literally have to throw. I can't throw certain passes, and then I have to throw different ones that I've never thrown just because it's the only thing that I could trust my quarterback to make without turning the ball over, and turnovers are huge. So that's why I gave the edge to the teams I mentioned because they have better quarterbacks, and that's why I didn't mention the Niners either because if you could build a quarterback, for sure the Niners, you could build Trey Lance, but nonetheless, it's going to take him what 18 overalls to get to a point where he could get pass lead. And he at least has decent throw
Mm.
power, so you could work with them. But in terms of best teams, I always focus on the quarterback position. So I think the Bills are another great team. I think the Cowboys are a great team if you could change abilities and give Dak some better abilities. They're one of the best teams in the league. So yeah, that's why I left off some teams that you can maybe be like, oh shit, they should be on there. But yeah,
I would like you guys' opinion on this. I think that's where Madden fucked up at. I mean, you might disagree, but putting them thresholds of you got to be 90 overall, 80 overall for these certain things is so stupid to me. Like, oh my god, it's like then
I
that means
think
you can't build certain quarterbacks. But I mean, how you guys feel about that?
I mean, I personally think the thresholds are fine. I just fucking despise pass lead elite and anything like that that makes a quarterback throw faster in fucking unrealistic animation where the ball is getting on him in zero point 0.2 seconds. I think throw power should be the main thing of that, and then it shouldn't be that much of a difference. Because I mean, you see Tyler Huntley in real life, and I know Madden's trying to be like real life. I mean, Tyler Huntley's is throwing it the same as some quarterbacks. Obviously, they could throw it farther, so that's where the throw power comes in, and they're throwing it a little harder. But it's not that wide of a difference where if you put pass lead elite on any quarterback, they become infinitely better and can make these crazy passes that no other quarterback can. I think that's where they kind of lost us. But I mean, we have to adapt to it. We have to adapt. It's a game we play. So
It's definitely been a blessing having you, brother. Definitely, people like to use the young age against certain people, but like for you to have the mind that you have, like you're definitely gonna go far no matter what you pursue. And I'm for sure this isn't the last time you'll be on Sunday OJ with us, man. Definitely just grateful to have you on the show this week, man.
yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me. You guys are some bright minds. And like I said earlier, y'all are inspiring to people like me and hopefully some other people in the league. So I really appreciate you guys having me, and I hope to be on it, sooner rather than later moving forward. But yeah, very grateful, like you said, to be a part of this, be a part of the league in general, and then know guys like you that are, guys that are mentors, guys like that are extremely knowledgeable that I could kind of pick my things from. So thank you guys for real.
Hey, always hit keep DM. I mean, scream DM because that motherfucker is the smartest motherfucker I know. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, he can act smart, but he is smart. But anyway, please, my goals for you that I set for you, please do. Please set that blueprint into JPAC, Trent or Jay for the fantasy league thing. And if you're willing to put your time and effort into that, please let's move forward. I'll help you. If you need help, you can DM me, even though my schooling is gonna take over. That's which is why I'm not in the league. But I'll definitely help any way I can, just like I do with this podcast, and just keep pushing forward your ideas, your mental, your knowledge. Just keep doing it because we need people like you to keep moving this forward. We're trying to transition. Like right now in AGS, this last season is just like it's like the hope for transitioning over to 24, Man 24. So if we have more people like you investing in it, 24 is gonna be a great season for AGS and a better one. Like it's gonna be like there's no the sky's the limit, and we just need people like you to keep investing. So I want you to keep doing what you're doing. Get on that call with Scream on Monday, and then put that blueprint together, push it forward. And if you need help pushing it forward, just you push it to me, and I'll push it forward for you, and we could just get it together. But we need inquiring minds like yourself, and I appreciate you. I appreciate how knowledgeable you are at the age of 18, mature, and just like who you are. You're a great person, and I wouldn't even know that if we didn't have you on the podcast. So I appreciate you as a whole, and keep doing what you're doing, and let's get this moving.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate both y'all.
Well, everybody,
Right,
that's
Paul.
been this week's Sunday OJ. Weezy had to dip on us early. Like we said, we had to hit a blue toy date.
Hey,
Definitely one of our
he's a
best
certified
episodes, man.
lover boy. Certified lover boy. He's Drake 2.0, whatever he's doing. He got his blue toy out. Shout out to Weezy though. We missed you this episode.
Hopefully the audio is a lot better. I did fix some of the issues that we had, man. So hopefully it turns out good for us, man. And as always, if y'all got topics for us to talk about, shoot them to the DM, whether me, OG, or Weezy. Probably me or Weezy. OG might not have Discord tomorrow the way he acts. But we'll catch y'all next time, man. We'll holla.